Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. Jesus fucking Christ. I needed to make a video today because that drop from yesterday was disgusting. Um, Not only yesterday, but after hours. We actually kept dropping $3 after hours on the SPY and SPX. Um, look at these breaks, man. This is ridiculous. And I think, and I'll be honest, right? Yes, I was wrong technically. I don't think I was actually wrong though. I do think that look at this, right? At this top, you had 415, you had a full $10 drop, right? At this high, if we would have ran up the $10, we would have been up to 420, 425, right? So I don't think I was wrong. The only reason we actually came down was because the Fed said something about a 50 basis point rate hike, and that's something that I couldn't control. So I don't really feel too bad about this. But this looks, this is bad, dude. I don't know how else to tell you guys. Really, the last thing that I'm looking for is this 4051.44 level on the SPX. It's very, very simple. Apart from trends going on here, I mean, we'll make this a little bit bigger so everybody can see. But apart from trends going on here, you do have this major trend that was up here, right? I like using usually the second tier trend. So you have one trend here, second trend here, right there, right? And then third trend would probably be like right here and stuff, right? So this is the only thing that I can see that will probably hold up the market and stuff. There's literally no other trend that will hold us up. This is an official break of every trend. So as of right now, we could definitely go back to like, I don't know, 395 to $400. That's what it's looking like. If at any point you're using any trend, there's no support. It broke every single trend, right? The only thing holding up, the SPX right now is a support at 4050 right there, right? That support. If that breaks, RIP. That's really it. There's nothing else that I can say. I'm just waiting for one more thing to break on the low end. If that breaks, then rest in peace the market, right? I mean, you do have this one last trend right there, but that wouldn't mean that we are at the absolute bottom right now. Which, you could actually be at the absolute bottom because, let's go a little bit more in depth. Again, because even on SPY. I mean, I guess you could use like this. Yeah, same thing. Trend, you would still be on trend. So we are technically still here's the only thing that I can see, right? You are at a major, you're at a major danger zone, right? So this whole area right here is a danger zone, right? You're gonna open up down here, and then you need to actually push ridiculously hard to the upside for any kind of bullish movement, right? But if we do not do it, if we not push extremely hard today and close somewhere up here above this trend, it's basically RIP, dude, right? So you have this whole range here. You're probably gonna open up somewhere like this. That's probably how you're gonna open up, like that. So you're gonna have a ridiculously huge gap on SPY. Chances are you're probably gonna fill it really fast. So I would not be surprised if this actually gets filled today, right? I would not be surprised if we go back to like a 408 today and we fill it. So I would definitely in the morning, I would be completely comfortable loading up on calls to 408, possibly for like next week, because SPY doesn't like leaving gaps open, right? SPY really doesn't. So I would not be surprised if from here at 405 open, you just completely push all the way to 408, don't break this and then come right back down, right? So again, I actually don't know what's going to happen. The news yesterday was a complete surprise to me. I did not know that we were going to sell off this hard. And I was not bearish at all, right? I really wasn't. And the only way that I would actually be bearish, I'll probably add longs right now. Actually, I'll do that right now. Currently down 109. That's okay. I'm not too horrible. I'll just martingale in. So we'll do a 10 lot buy on SPX, and then for Ethereum, we'll do another $5. There you go. Took the longs. See, the 4 hour looks like it's going to close. So again, would not be surprised if we bounce from here and when you go back to somewhere between a range of like 408 and 409. If we actually do prepare, right? If we actually do some sort of prep, what you can do is, I can show you guys right now, is if you're on TradingView, go to the little three dots on the bottom right, go to chart settings, session breaks, right? You can go to appearance, session breaks, click OK. And what you're going to be doing is for the day before. You're going to use the volume profile to set something up, right? So go to drawings, all the way to the bottom, volume, fixed range profile. You're going to add it from yesterday's date, yesterday's candle, the beginning candle to the closing candle. And you're going to see that you have a lot of your major buying pressure, or your high, right? Your high was essentially like right here. You had a lot of resistance right there at the high. And your low of the day was, I'd probably give it more room like right there. That's probably resistance, right? But your major points of actual volume was right here. Was right there. These were your major points of volume right here. We'll do like this to make it a little bit simpler. Right there, and then we'll do like a blue outline just so we can get a better green, and then we'll do like, I don't know, like that maybe. See, so you're already recovering off that trend bounce right there. So again, would not be surprised if this is actually the bottom right here. Would not be surprised at all. But you have to be extremely careful, right? I don't like that color scheme. We'll do that. White, sure, I like that. So again, would not be surprised if you come back up today to fill the gap. I'm taking a whole bunch, you guys just saw me take a bunch of longs. I'm looking for possibly a high of like maybe like 410 again before you reject to the downside. If you do, again, I did not expect the sell-off from yesterday. That was extremely random, and that was just a piece of news that I did not expect at all. This is probably going to go to let's go to the 1 hour. I need to extend this out too. This is too late. So like, actually, we should probably push this back to here. So this should actually be pushed back to, whoops, undo. Should probably be pushed back to 13, which is the market close right there. And then this is the market close right there. So I am expecting the market to move up from here. Definitely somewhere within this range. I think we're personally going back to like 412. That's where I think we could go today. Because that gap is not going to stay unfilled, right? And if we have any kind of bounces, I think it's going to be like now, right? As long as we don't break this low, here, I think we'll be completely fine. This sell-off was completely random. Again, super random. Did not expect the sell-off at all. But, that's weird. But as long as we don't break this low here, 405, I think we're solid, right? I personally think we're solid. But the longer term here, this is the important thing, right? This is just for today. I do think we're going to bounce off here, possibly go back between 410 to 409. Stronger chance, I think, that we actually go all the way back to like 412, right? 412, 413. That's what I'm guessing. But there's a big but, right? On the weekly is getting awfully close to closing a bearish week, right? And again, you guys know that I'm all about my indicators. I will not ignore my indicators, not a single bit. If this is, we're getting extremely close. Like, look at that. That's getting extremely close to closing a bear week. I do not ignore the weekly. As of right now, I have been bullish to 420. If that 420 target does not hit this week or next week, and we close a bear week, I am 100% going into puts. I am trying, right, as of right now, I am trying to get the F out of all my calls because we are so close to closing a bear week. As soon as that green bubble closes, right, like this would only close on a Friday. But again, right, you had it close right there. Bear week, right? Bear week. I can't stress this enough, right? Bear week, drop. It just makes no sense for me to stay in longs right now. Bear week, you still go the next week under. So as of now, I'm trying to get out of all my longs, right? Everything. I do think that from here, you'll bounce to the upside. But I think for next week, I'm going to try to be out as much as I can because it does look like we are going to be closing a bear week sometime next week or the week after. And I do not want to be holding calls. I do not want to be holding longs when that bear week closes. So longer term, I am getting very bearish, right? Longer term, not officially yet because we haven't closed that bear week trigger yet. Short term, I do think we're going back to like 412 or actually like somewhere like around 10 because that's when you have your recent order block. If that actually gets absorbed, right, then I think you're going all the way back to 415. And if you end up coming back all the way up and you break this trend, you're going back to 417. You break that, you're going back all the way to like 420, 430, right? So things can change in a heartbeat. But as of right now, I think we've bottomed at this level, at this range. I added a bunch of longs right now. I don't think SPY doesn't like leaving gaps open. So I do think the gap today from SPY is going to be absorbed, and it's going to be filled today at 408. You do have a lot of resistance at 408. So again, we could fill that gap and immediately drop again. We're getting extremely bearish on the weekly, very, very close. So short term today, I think we could actually go to 410, 412, 408. Like 408, 412 is probably going to be my target for today. But I think next week and the week after, I think we're starting to look extremely bearish. And I'm actually extremely bearish for the next CPI report that's going to come out in March. So I'm starting to get extremely bearish. Not yet, right? Not yet. Not officially. Maybe next week, Friday, I turn like super bearish, right? Because that 420 target, I still think we could hit it, but it's going to take a lot of momentum to the upside. But as of right now, I think we've hit a bottom for the day, and I think we're going to run to the upside. The DXY is still pushing extremely hard, and it actually had a perfect retest, right? So you broke trend, retested, and then you shot up super hard, right? You do have a gap at 104, which I think is, it's going to get filled. You're going to fill that gap. The DXY is I'm surprised you didn't fill this, right? I'm extremely bearish on the DXY because it never leaves gaps open. So I'm extremely bearish to this 104 level because it's going to get hit. This is going to get filled. I'll guarantee you guys that, and it's going to be soon. DXY is not going to leave these gaps open for a week or a couple of days. It usually fills it within that same day or a day after. So this is going to get filled today or tomorrow. And I would not be surprised if we actually drop to this level. And we have SPX back at 412, 410. So I would definitely say I'm really bearish on the dollar coming back to fill this gap. Super bullish on the SPX 500 right now, possibly between the range of 408 on that gap fill, all the way back to 412, which is that previous order block here. So again, super bullish for today on SPY. Did not expect that drop. I didn't think we were going to sell off that heavy. And again, I'm not bearish yet, but if that week closes, which I'll come back and let you guys know, I will be 100% bearish and I'll be shorting the market. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.